Last night, a fully loaded semi veered off the road and is now wedged against the rock.
Have fun getting it out, I think.
It might look like a simple recovery, but Howie can't just winch it out.
There's only 4 feet between him and the rocks on the other side. So if I was to hook onto it and just start pulling it up the hill, it would automatically want to go away from the truck towards the rocks. Here he comes.
Fortunately, there's a backup. Jamie's brother Jason has one.
Well, what do you think?
I'm thinking he's not coming out with damage, without damage.
Guys are all fired for having dirty trucks.
Jamie shows up to oversee the recovery. The only damage to the truck is on the front end of the trailer, and Jamie wants to keep it that way.
There's quite a bit of value in this truck, so the goal is to bring it out and not do any more damage to it.
Howie will tackle the tractor with HR 66, but the heavy lift might be more than it can handle.
This is really a 2-rotator job. Lift this whole unit up and bring it on the road like this. Problem is we don't have a second rotator here. We're just gonna have to work with what we got.
He drove it into the ditch at such a shallow angle that he didn't wreck anything on the bottom half of the trailer. I got to get it out of the ditch without trashing it.
Hold it. Hold it!
It's brittle. It's plastic. It's not going to stand up to any kind of abuse.
So the problem we've run into now is the fairing starting to bite into the bank. That piece could be worth $4,000 or $5,000. So for 4 or 5 grand worth of damage, we're better off to put the line in there and lift it properly.
Dick.
Jason plans for a re-rig, running straps to the front of the trailer to help Howie lift it out.
He'll flip around like that, take a little bit of pressure off on it, and actually lift it over that way in order to pull it out.
Oh, watch her.
I got you.
Are you climbing up, James?
Yeah.
You come up, eh? I'm gonna move it back to the landing gear, eh?
Yeah, man.
What?
I tell you, this trailer is not looking very good up here. There's a lot more roof damage than really is apparent, and it goes for quite a ways.
The veer angle of the 2 lines would actually push on the top corners of the trailer, collapsing it in.
A spreader bar allows a trailer to be lifted vertically from its base, taking pressure away from the fragile walls. But rigging the spreaders...
And they're the same length?
Clevis.
What's this say?
It doesn't say foot length on it.
means more time on the highway.
Yeah, 20. That's a 20.
Are we good?
Keep going slowly.
Angle irons will prevent the straps from cutting into the frame.
Okay, go ahead.
Easy, Howie.
The front fairings are out, but the rear fairings, still in the ditch, are right against the ground.
This is our next issue.
We got to keep it off the ground, from rubbing the ground, basically, as it's coming over the bank.
Steady as she goes.
Keep going.
Pull ahead.
Go look at the other side.
The trailer's suspended in midair with all its load. Those are real critical moments for us.
Hold on, Howie.
You got a 40-foot section of plastic hanging down there that's not going to clear, and it's just going to tear all of it off, and that's a big bill to repair. So it's a matter of him watching me and me watching him, making sure that we're together.
There's some stress on here already, eh? Now it's gonna release. Tag her in, Howie. Let's give her. See what you can do.
Watch me, Howie.
Yeah.
Brakes off.
Slowly, Brett.
Slowly.
Keep going.
It's do or die right now.
Almost 40,000 pounds hangs in the balance.
Those are clench your fist, grind your teeth kind of moments for a guy where you have all the load suspended there.
A little more.
Yeehaw!
That's good, Howie.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's all on the road now.
That's it. It's nice when they're successful.
We just lifted a fully loaded trailer out of a 4 or 5 foot ditch down here without any further damage. Making the right decisions, we come out with a happy ending.
And a lesson learned for Jamie's lone wolf.
When you're dealing with major incidents, major recovery work, team missed the answer.
The wine semi crossed the median into the oncoming lane, right into the path of a truck traveling the opposite direction. The massive impact sliced the trailer in half.
Lucky to be alive anyway.
Down in the Fraser Valley on the number 1,
You can guarantee the roads are closed there.
traffic's at a standstill. And so is Howie's recovery.
How long do they figure till it's open again?
The highway is shut down again, so the salvage crew can pick up thousands of bottles of expensive wine.
Well, anything you can save, save it. Anything that's broken, shovel it into a garbage bin.
While he's waiting, a new problem catches Howie's attention.
Well, fuel cap's dripping. I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just not screwed on tight enough. Yeah, grab a hold of it, try to twist it on further. Boosh, off it comes. I got a 3.5-inch hole, pissing diesel out all over my leg.
Oh, he's got a piece of plastic.
The fuel cap is the wrong size for the tank.
You get the cap back on, Howard? No, I'm working on it.
The badly maintained semi continues to produce more headaches and delays.
It was more than half full and pouring out quickly.
Cap doesn't even fit on the truck.
With a wrecked and poorly maintained semi,
Don't touch it. Even look at it.
Highways is feeling the pressure from truckers to get the road open,
I'm sitting on number 1 in that friggin' lineup.
even if that means plowing good wine into the ditch.
We're not going to keep the highway closed forever, so you got to get traffic going through your single lane.
Damn, that's quite the mess. Next question, was it good wine?
But the insurance company isn't letting up. At $40 a bottle, they want to save as much wine as possible.
You got a big wall of it going?
After 3 hours, the salvage crew finally has the wine bottles out of the way.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my truck through here.
But the highway remains closed until Howie clears away the mangled rig.
Plan is to disconnect the front half of the trailer from the tractor that's laying on its side. Get it out into the middle of the road somewhere where I can work with it.
Just watch yourself.
Keep going.
There we go.
Look at that. God, it's gonna work in our favor.
Oh, yeah.
The front piece of the trailer's free and in a good position to get it onto the flatbed.
I got a hook one.
At 4:15 a.m., the front half of the destroyed trailer heads off. It's been 6 hours since the wreck happened. Howie needs to clear the flipped tractor that's hanging over the no-post.
I don't know which way to pull on it.
But it's on its side and perched on the edge of a steep embankment directly above an active rail line.
You shut down a train track and you're screwing with the country's economy.
Howie Irwin is trying to clear a damaged tractor off of Highway 1.
I don't know which way to pull on it.
But without the lifting power of Jamie's rotator, he has to flip it onto its wheels.
Well, you gotta make it fit in there without puncturing the full fuel tank.
Ready?
I didn't have any room to maneuver. And it was just coming down wherever it landed. It was close. I was happy. I was so happy.
Now he's got to get the tractor back on the road.
I need to be able to lift all that up, skid it along on its front frame horns, set it down.
With traffic still backing up, Howie does a quick rig to the frame to save time. If it holds, he can finally open the road.
No.
Kind of grabbed a hold of it where I shouldn't have. And, the bolts didn't hold and pieces went flying.
Well, the chains held, the cross member didn't. Broke all the bolts off.
That's my own fault. I should have known better than to grab it just by the back end like that. Took the chains that were attached to it, just grabbed it by the next piece up that's solid and keep going. I really want to get the road open. I'm hoping the chains hold this time.
If he can pull it off the no post, he can get traffic moving again.
Did that work?
Yeah. I'd take this as a win.
At 6 a.m., almost 9 hours after he was called out, Howie's cleared the biggest wreck of the year, solo with just one truck.
18-wheeler.
At 1:23 a.m., just north of the town of Lytton,
Half his tires are touching the ground, the other half are right up in the air. She's right on her side there.
Now we got a truck rolled over. Apparently it's laying in the middle of the road, got pipe on a trailer. I'm gonna assume it's ugly.
with most of heavy rescue in Alberta, Howie Irwin tackles this job solo.
I know that he's going to be on some of these jobs trying to pull off the impossible. He's a one-man band.
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
The tractor, hauling a trailer load of plumbing pipe, overshot the curb, hit the hillside, and flipped onto the road. With just 2 winch lines to flip the 40,000-pound rig, Howie's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, they're all coming apart.
Not only is the load heavy, the strapping is now loose. The force of the flip could send the pipes flying.
I'm gonna untie the load up a bit.
The load is nowhere near intact. There's no point in trying to make it stay intact. Cut it free and shovel it out of the way.
That's a bingo. Last one.
Just like clockwork.
Howie can't flip the truck until Highways clears out the pipes.
Here's your loader.
About time. Rod, go over to channel 22 and come around to the axle.
As soon as the cargo of pipes is cleared,
I'm just gonna let these guys do their thing first.
Howie will attempt to flip the pipe truck with just 1 wrecker and 2 winch lines.
See what we can do.
1 line will run from HR-66 to the heaviest part of what's left of the tractor. The other will run all the way to the back end of the B-train.
The one for the trailer was at a sharper angle because I was reaching out further for it. The more angle you put on it, the less amount of pull you can exert against it.
The second line might not have enough power to flip the rear of the trailer.
It's gonna want to pull the truck sideways.
With no other wrecker, Howie finds an alternative. The loader that's clearing pipes.
Every piece of equipment that's here is useful. Might get him on the other side on that top corner. Just give it a push.
Howie wants the loader to push from the opposite side to help tip the trailer upright. The one lane still open to traffic needs to close to make room for the semi to land.
Yeah.
One is closed.
Now, both Highway 1 and the Coca-Cola are choked off. Millions of dollars in freight is stuck.
You add the traffic from the larger highway to a highway that's small. You close the small highway down, it goes from bad to worse. Let's get the highway open as quick as possible.
Losing traction.
The loader can't get a grip on the icy road.
Oh.
Howie moves the loader to lift from the bottom.
Not an exact science. There you go. There you go. He's gonna shove the load over, and I can work on hooking onto it and getting it out of here. Open the lane up as quickly as possible.
But when he goes to hook up,
See what we can do.
he finds it's going to be a lot more complicated.
That front axle's busted right off of it. That's fantastic. I'm just gonna chain lift it off the front. Easiest, quickest way to do it is chain lift. The old-fashioned way. Come on.
Howie has to risk picking up the tractor by the mangled frame.
It's gonna come forward, but that's okay.
If it doesn't hold, he'll have to call in a flatbed, and that means a 2-hour delay.
Gonna release the brakes and try and roll it out of here.
Okay.
There you go. Be a slow ride home. No, I'm gonna not look back.
It's another win for Jamie's one-man band.
Howie handling the heavy-duty stuff while I'm all over the place is a huge weight off my shoulders. Whatever comes in, I know he can handle it. He's a Top Gun.
It's a perfect recovery for Jamie. And even though he's away, the wreck is still going to a Davis.
He's gone. He's in Texas, isn't he?
My brother Jason is a hardworking guy. He's very attentive to detail. You know, not as good looking as I am, but he's a great guy.
It's not very often that we get an opportunity to upshow Jamie in his own territory. Probably would have scooped us on this one anyway if he was on it.
The heavy load has shifted onto the thin trailer wall.
If it's going to be too much, it's going to start crumpling.
Jason would like to unload the trailer's cargo of frozen food, but the client has a different idea.
The customer is adamant on us bringing it up with its load intact.
But that comes with a big risk of wrecking the trailer.
He's just too far away from the road.
He calls on his big brother for some advice.
It's got a 15 to 18% grade here. It's almost vertical, the ditch on the side, eh? If I pull, it's pulling right through the trailer wall. It's not that strong. And that's going to expose everything that's there.
There's a 70% chance it doesn't work.
So after that discussion with Jamie, that the only way we're going to get this vehicle out was with the crane.
A 75-ton crane with a massive 130-foot boom.
Even a rotator and a tow truck, you would not be able to get that vehicle upright and out of the ditch.
They have just enough room for the crane's outriggers, but there's a problem.
His swing out to the side, too.
The crane's counterweight sticks out more than 13 feet behind the cab.
If he's 90 degrees, we're shutting down that whole other lane.
So you're not going to get that lane.
Well, let's see what we can do here.
They need the crane to reach the wreck without swinging the ballast into the second lane.
Not enough room. Not enough room for the crane.
Without enough room to operate, he has to pull the plug before he can even get started.
Pack it down for me, please.
Yeah.
To be leaving without any success was a real disappointment for the crew.
If they can close down the road and I can get sideways to it, I can pick it, right?
Kind of ruins your day right quick.
Jason doesn't want to accept failure on his brother's turf. He needs a new plan.
Which one did he chain, T?
That one right there.
The center?
Middle, yeah.
Just after midnight in BC, Jamie's younger brother, Jason Davis, is back for another attempt at the wreck he had to leave behind.
Recovery was being done at night just in order for us to achieve the time that we needed.
I had to talk to Jason on the phone that night about that job. And he was pretty depressed, pretty down, and he was, almost second-guessing himself about how he handled it.
I don't got much time, man.
Jason gives a careful test pull with his rotator and sees a problem right away.
This will bite into the trailer like that. That'll bite that trailer and cause a kink in it and weaken the trailer. It's only aluminum, it's very thin. And so you'll pull that strap right through that trailer and cut it in half.
I would unload it. Customer doesn't want it done that way. So, basically we have to tell the customer, look, your success rate here is very minimal.
Jason plans to use a crane hooked to a series of straps to help spread the load. The crane will then lift from the top, while the rotator pulls from the side. At 1 a.m., the machine arrives that will make or break this recovery.
By the way, T. So now what we're gonna do is get the crane to come in behind me, throw some more straps to support the load. So I'm gonna put a stop on traffic, okay? I'll stop. Go time. Okay, Ralph, we're shut down, buddy. Swing over.
The crane operator has extended his boom so far, he can only use a fraction of his lifting power.
Hold it!
Or risk pulling himself over the bank.
It's his job. It has all the ingredients to go sideways. You've got a loaded trailer, a customer wants it uploaded. But the Davis boys don't give up.
With a crane maxed out, Jason has to come up with a new plan. With the boom shorter, the crane can lift more.
Are we good?
I'll stop.
The trailer wall is buckling around the straps. Jason needs to redistribute the weight.
Want to send somebody with an angle iron for me?
Anytime that you got that vehicle up in the air and then you have to go underneath it to re-rig, I think it's always the hairiest and most dangerous part of the wreck. Are you tight with the angle irons?
I guess he is. Okay, slow on the cable.
Slow on the cable. Or?
Okay, you got her. We're gonna crawl out of here before you lift too much more.
Okay, let's do it.
That's coming over a long way.
Yeah. Keep going. Okay.
The wreck is almost upright, but now they need to winch the truck up the bank before the trailer wall collapses.
Getting it up and out of the ditch and on the roadway, that's another whole job in itself.
Jason's crew rigs a 50-ton wrecker to the front axle to help muscle the semi up the bank.
We need to make sure that we hold it until the tractor comes up. It's the big pull. Go tell the traffic control people we're at a point of no return. They gotta be patient with us, okay? Yeah. 34,000 pounds right here in this corner. Yeah, she's out. Now we're at the home run. We gotta unhook and get this traffic through.
That was quite an accomplishment, man.
Send them through. Thanks, eh? Sorry to keep you waiting.
Well, I've done that type of wreck. It was not easy. I should say that I was missing that job, but it wasn't a job that you missed. Sorry, brother.
Didn't break a wall, and we don't have the cargo spilled all over the ditch, so yeah, we did good.
That went pretty darn good.
Watch full episodes on the Weather Channel and the Weather Channel TV app.